Well, good morning, y'all, and welcome to Apron Strings. Welcome to fall. We're getting some cool weather this week, supposed to, and good grief, I'm ready for it. Made me want to go put on a fall apron and play like it's already here. And speaking of fall, I'm thankful to be invited to be a part of the collaboration for SOUPTEMBER. I love the play on words that folks do on all these collaborations. Leanne over at the Mennonite Farmhouse invited me, and I will confess I did not get the email for whatever the reason, because she sent it, because she resent it, telling me my date, my assigned date. So I missed Tuesday, but I'm here for Friday. And I'm going to make a soup today that I don't make real often, but I make it when I get hungry for it. It's Aloha Bean Soup. Aloha, I ought to tell y'all, it has a little bit something to do with Hawaii. Might have some pineapple in it. Sounds different, sure is good. I've got a little of the prep already done, and we'll get over here to the butcher block in a minute and get on with it. Y'all, there will be a link below to all of the ones that are participating in the collaboration. I also have an Amazon link below. If you need anything that's on there, I would appreciate you ordering. Or if you need anything from Amazon, if you'll click my link and go order on Amazon, I'll get credit for it for 24 hours after you click the link. I'm a new affiliate, and I have to have so many orders to be able to maintain being an affiliate in a designated period of time. Appreciate the help if I can get any. Okay, I'm going to get y'all over to the butcher block and the stove, and we're going to get this soup going so I can have some soup and cornbread later. Now, the recipe calls for canned pinto beans, but I cooked pintos yesterday where I would have fresh pinto beans. And also I need to brown some Italian sausage, so I'm going to go ahead and get that in the pot and get it cooking. And while it's cooking, we're going to cut up some red bell pepper and some yellow onion. And I'm just going to use my big pot instead of a skillet. Now, if y'all have watched me, you know sometimes I alter the recipe a little bit. I'm not putting as much sausage as it called for because it's got a lot of beans in it and the flavor will be there. So I'm putting 16 ounces of sausage, and it calls for 24 ounces. On the pinto beans, if you use canned ones, you need to drain them and wash them. So because I did my own, I just dipped them up, let the juice go back in the pot, and I've got washed and drained pinto beans. I've got to cut up my bell pepper and my onion, get it in little pieces. So I'll get that done. So ready for a cool spell. We've had lots of rain. I've had like 5 inches of rain the last couple of days. And I got a few big puddles in the back. I have to wade out there to let the chickens out. I think I've got a chicken snake. I haven't had any eggs in 3 days. And I'm going to be going out there today, all through the day, and looking. I don't know what I'm going to do if I find him. My snake killer is not here. And when Troy wasn't here to kill a snake, I would call Josh. And he's not home either, so I'll try. One time I got one out, drug him out of the nest with a hoe or something. And I beat the tar out of him in the chicken pen, and I took him out there and shot him when I got him outside the chicken coop. He was twice dead. Hate snakes. This was a big old red pepper, but it'll make it pretty and it'll taste good too. That's not real little bitty, and if you don't like bell pepper, you probably won't want, you know, a big old hump, but I like it, so it doesn't matter. I'll get the onion chopped. The lady that peeled it didn't get all the peelings off. When I was growing up, when I was younger, my mama didn't make homemade chili. We had Wolf brand chili. But then she found a chili mix. Somebody told her about it. called Williams, and I think they still make it. Mom started making homemade chili, and Lord have mercy, we wondered why she had deprived us all those years and fed us wolf brand chili. So I've tried lots of chili recipes since I've been grown and married, and that's been a couple of years, at least. And I'm always game for a new chili recipe. And this is not per se chili, it's bean soup. But it has the same effect as chili because it has a lot of the same ingredients in it. I'm going to chop this up a little bit more. And the bell peppers, just in case somebody comes by. Well, if they're bigger, they can pick them out easier, so maybe they'll eat them and learn to like them. I could eat red bell pepper like candy. When I had my freeze dryer, I freeze dried a bunch, and I could have used that today, but I'm not. Okay, and the other thing that has to be chopped a little bit is this garlic that I done beat the tar out of it and got the peelings off, and so now I'm just going to cut it all to pieces. Poor garlic. Kind of cruel in the kitchen, aren't I? Okay, we got this pile of goodie ready. Get my meat done. Some people like their meat in little things. I like mine all apart. I'm going to bring the camera over here to the stove where y'all can see what I'm doing. And then we'll get all the ingredients in. And we just let it simmer for a while. And then we do a taste test to make sure the seasonings are just right. Then we'll get it in a bowl and start eating. I'm just letting this brown, make a little oil in the bottom because I'm going to put my onions and bell pepper and then my garlic in and let them cook, get tender. Here's our pretty red bell peppers, onion, and garlic. And I'm just going to put them in here, let them start getting soft and making that meat look pretty. Dress that meat up, make it look nice. I'm going to cut the fire down to like a medium low, let my vegetables get tender, then we'll come back and assemble this soup and let it cook. Okay, now I'm going to add the juice from a can of pineapple tidbits. Just the juice. And let it cook with the meat and the vegetables. There's your Aloha. Sure does make a different and a good flavor. Kind of like a baked bean flavor, you know, that it's better. Okay, y'all, it's been cooking a little bit. I'm going to add a tablespoon of chili powder and a teaspoon of cumin. Now, if you like cumin, you can add more. I've had people that's used up to a tablespoon of cumin. That's not my favorite flavor, but it's the Tex-Mex flavor. So, I'm going to go ahead and turn my fire back up because I've got to add in 4 little cans, 14-ounce cans, or 2 28-ounce cans of diced tomatoes. This makes a good sized pot of bean soup. 1 6-ounce can of tomato paste. I think it's a 6-ounce. A little bitty can anyhow. I'm going to add in my beans, and they are cold. They've been in the ice box. So here we go with our beans. And I just guesstimated 2 cups to a can. I don't know how many cups is in a can, and I didn't want to measure because they would have the juice in them too, so I think that's going to be plenty. I'm going to let soapbox that I get up on every now and then, y'all. And it's one that's telling you better get you a little bit of stuff ahead in your pantry, because we're kind of in for a rough ride, I'm afraid. Don't know what's going to happen. We got lots of ideas from one side to the other, and I don't listen to the news, but I do hear rumblings of thunder here and there. The news don't really tell you what's going on. They tell you what they want you to know. So just to be wise, we live on the Gulf Coast where there's hurricanes. So I always have extra stuff in case there's nothing available, or in case I can't get to town because trees are across the road. And that's happened. We were without utilities 2 weeks and had to stay home. And there were people that suffered because they didn't have anything in their pantry. They would go by and get fast food every day, or go to the store every other day to get what they wanted to cook. Stock your pantry with staples and be prepared for whatever emergency might come up. Now, y'all might be saying, this is SOUPTEMBER, I didn't get on here to listen to that. Well, if the need arises, you're going to remember this conversation, and you're going to wish you had paid heed and got you a little bit ahead. Beans and rice will keep you from starving. Oatmeal will fill your belly and keep you full for several hours. Think ahead. Don't get something because it's on sale. Get something your family likes, but that you can stock up, and it'll be shelf stable, and you can feed your family in an emergency. I'm going to do something that I do real often. The original recipe card that I had written down, of course, didn't call for it. I'm going to add an envelope of onion soup mix. Now, everybody usually says Lipton's onion soup mix. I'm going to give y'all a little heads up. Aldi has a beef soup mix like that, onion soup mix. It's a lot cheaper, and it's just as good. I found that'll just add a depth of flavor. If you don't have any soup mix, you might want to put your tablespoon of beef bouillon in it just to deepen the flavors a little bit. Y'all watch my channel, you'll know that I usually add onion and garlic powder to everything that's savory, so I'm probably going to add that to this soup too. With my trusty measuring spoon that the good Lord let me be born with, I'm going to put about a tablespoon of onion powder. And I'm going to put the usual, about a teaspoon of garlic powder. That garlic I put in there, wasn't very garlicky. And I like garlic. My grandpa did too on my daddy's side. My maiden name was Trevathan. And Grandpa Trevathan loved garlic. He'd eat it raw. My mama said, yeah. And when he breathed, green smoke came out of his mouth. I was a kid, and that's just how Grandpa smelled, kind of like garlic. I didn't think anything about it. That was just Grandpa. But now I know. My husband would say, you know, eating garlic is a diet food. I said, what? He said, yeah. He said, from a distance, you don't look as fat. Nobody wanted to get close to you. He always had little humorous things he would say. Okay, we're still on the simmer down before we put our final ingredients in. Okay, the peppers are tender, so now we're going to add in the pineapple tidbits. We've already added the juice, and we're adding the chunks of pineapple in. Don't discount it till you taste it. It's yummy. I'm going to let it simmer a little bit. For y'all, I'll be back in about a half a jiffy. Okay, y'all, we're going to dish us up a little serving of this. And taste of it. I'll be back in just a minute. Alright, my favorite time, getting the taste of it. And it's hot. And I didn't know if I wanted club crackers or saltine crackers because they didn't make cornbread. I am going to get some Fritos and crumble on the top of some directly and eat it. The sweetness of the pineapple with the salty Fritos makes it delicious. And if you add some cheddar cheese on top of that, you're home free. You made a home run. That's very good. Sometimes I will de-seed a couple of fresh jalapenos and chop them real little and put them in it. Give it that little bit of heat. But I didn't take time to do that today. I've got me some big old nice jalapenos over there that I'm going to stuff and smoke. Wrap them in bacon and smoke them. But right now, I'm fixing to eat me some Aloha Bean Soup. Hope y'all will make it and let me know if you like it or not. If you'll comment, I always answer every comment. I read your comments. I try to answer your questions. And my channel is growing and I'm so excited. Almost to 25,000, and that just tickles me pink. So if you haven't subscribed, I would love for you to subscribe and be a regular visitor around the butcher block. We cook lots of good food. Sometimes I play the piano, sometimes I garden, do a little bit of everything, but I sure do like to talk and visit with y'all. So enjoy the rest of September. Write you down, you'll have 30 good recipes to put in your arsenal for the winter time. And a lot of good stuff to feed your family. The good Lord bless you, and I'll be back in a day or two.